When asked to describe Fallout 3, Bethesda said it was a game where you sneak into strangers' houses and steal stuff you can't actually use. I wanted to know if there was more to it than that, and no, there is not. Last time I said I was gonna do a recap of Dark Souls, but then a stranger wrote this passionate comment, and you know what they say, Fallout 3 is the Dark Souls of post-apocalyptic first-person shooters. In the Fallout games, the planet has been destroyed by a nuclear war. Why? I don't know actually, I didn't read up on the backstory or anything like that, but I'm blaming Norway. The game starts with you being born, then you get to name your character. You guys know I'm not a very creative person, so I just named him Fallout 3. You get to decide what your character looks like. Obviously, Bethesda is famous for their open and massive worlds, but they're also famous for how impossible it is to create a good-looking character. After that, you encounter something else Bethesda puts in every single game they make. Just gonna change this, then we are ready to go. You kill your mother, now time is moving faster. You are now a baby in a massive underground vault, and your dad and your Liam Neeson tells you about your mother. Look son, this was your mother's favorite passage. And by the way, it's also foreshadowing. Time moves forward a bit more and it's your birthday! You just turned 10. It's really slow and boring. This kid is a bit annoying, then he dies of natural causes. After about 70 minutes spent in this place, Liam Neeson tells you to go to the basement. You get a machine gun and then time moves faster and stuff. You know what, let's skip a bunch of stuff, because everyone has played this part at least 17 times. You meet the tunnel snakes and everyone you meet after these fellas are complete losers. You get points in unarmed that you have to change. Albanian mafia kills this guy and Liam Neeson leaves the vault seeking revenge. And then you follow him. A bunch of other shit also happens, but that's not really important. Congratulations, now the game actually starts. You look around and realize that having the world destroyed by nukes is not really as fun as it sounds. Every nice plant is dead and you are surrounded by danger. For example, cannon fodder, or the raiders as they like to be called. They die when you look at them funny. The Deathclaw. I keep hearing people saying these guys are hard. I don't get it. All you have to do is open the developer console and write kill. The Rad Scorpions. They kill you, but they also make you feel insecure when they show off their radical BMX tricks. You make your way to a town called Megaton. It's a town built around a nuke, and there are actually people in the town that worships the nuke. You might be laughing at them, but let's be honest, God caused a mass extinction because humanity was being shitty. These fellas didn't even need a reason. I think you're underestimating nuclear weapons. You go to a bar to ask about your missing dad. Yes, I met your father, but information costs money. But don't worry, this is a Bethesda game, and you can do me a favor, or you can pay me 100 cups. Just realized that's not a lot of money. Shit. In the bar there's also this guy that wants you to detonate the nuke. Obviously I didn't do that because I'm not a cunt. But I bet you did. You dickhead! You are supposed to go to this place, but this girl wants you to deliver a letter. So I'm just gonna do that first. Did I forget? Oh, the main quest. Your father apparently went to the Galaxy News radio station, but it's impossible to find. Therefore, you're going to spend a lot of time in the city. And that made me wonder, where are we? Because we don't know. Bethesda has never officially declared where Fallout 3 takes place. This brings me to a completely new segment called Game Theorizing. Hi interwebs, welcome to Game Theorizing. So where does Fallout 3 take place? We know it's in the country United States and we keep hearing Washington. Now you might be saying, hey, I know Washington, isn't that where that masterpiece Core in the House takes place? You would be right, but here's the thing. Believe it or not, the house is actually real. It's called the White House and it's Washington's most popular tourist attraction. So we should be able to find it, huh? According to Google Maps, the White House should be north of the Washington Monument, but if we actually go north of the Washington Monument, there's nothing here. So we have no way of knowing if this actually is Washington the city. And here's where things gets weird. You see, the Yanks have these self-governing regions called states, and there's one called, you guessed it, Washington. It's a bit confusing, but could this be the place? Well, we don't know. There's also a state called Virginia and one called West Virginia. You see, that's ridiculous, that's just silly. What are you talking about? My point is, Americans should stick to researching and inventing stuff and just stay away from naming large chunks of land. But hey, that's just a theorizing. A game theorizing! Join us next week when we'll talk about how Five Nights at Freddy's has a better story than anything written by Tolstoy. The biggest problem with nuclear holocaust is that there is no private place to pee. You get to the radio station and now you have to defend it from a bunch of attacking super mutants. Kinda like normal mutants, but super. Oh, what a surprise, Liam Neeson is not here, he's at the Boat City. Oh, what a surprise, Ra's al Ghul is not here, he's at the Jefferson Memorial. Jefferson Memorial. Here's the problem with not knowing the backstory or the lore, I have no idea who this Jefferson guy is. In the building you find these recordings left by your dad. Look, I'm going to Vault 112 to look for Stanislaus Brown's research. I have marked it on the map. I have also marked the best must-sees in DC. Check out the Doll Museum. Criminally underrated. You get to the vault and you find these people locked into these virtual reality pods. You go into one of the pods and you meet the German scientist behind it all. Todd Howard speaking. Hi, it's me, sir, calling from the studio. We're about to do Stanislaw Brown. Just a question, why does he have a German accent? He's an evil scientist, not that many nationalities to choose from. Yeah, I get that, but he's been in the pod for, what, 200 years, only interacting with Americans. Surely he would have lost his accent by now. That makes sense, I guess. You know what, change the accent, but after you do that, don't forget to sign up for unemployment benefits. Stanislaw Braun tells you, Moskau, Moskau, wirf die Gläser an die Wand. Russland ist ein schönes Land. Ho 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 ho. Hey, you don't though. You go into this house and press a bunch of stuff. Then you activate the Chinese invasion mode. Take note, software developers. Imagine editing a 20,000 word document and accidentally enabling Chinese invasion mode. That would be hilarious. You get out and your father tells you that he knows a perfect way of purifying water because apparently nuclear waste makes water taste bad. So he and a bunch of scientists gather in front of the Jefferson Memorial and you have to fix a bunch of stuff before they can go in. It's incredibly boring and I'm just going to do this one little thing before it. Oh shit, the main quest. So we walk around the Jefferson Memorial and fix a bunch of stuff. Then these guys show up. The Enclave. It's a sort of resurrection of the United States government, but a bit more popular. Hi there, we heard about your project and we, the Enclave, would like to help. We have lots of resources, for example scientists and tools and... No, get out, this is a private project and you can all go eat a dick. Okay, that's not exactly how I expected it to go, but you know what, okay, we're gonna respect your privacy and we're going to leave. A captain goes down with his ship. Liam explodes the thing and the entire room gets filled with deadly radiation. You have to escort the other scientists to a place known as the Citadel, where the Brotherhood of Steel is. One of the scientists tells you, to purify water we need something called a gek. It's a box full of geckos, don't even ask, but it's in a vault and you have to go search for it. So you go towards the vault and in front of it there's a city where only children live.
Hey Mungo, this is an A-B conversation, so see your way out. Mungo.
And in front of it there's a radioactive crater. To get the gek you have to go through this room filled with deadly radiation. If you find yourself in this situation in real life, just be confident. Remember that the radiation is just as scared of you as you are of it. You retrieve the gek and you're about to leave. Then you get kidnapped. It's the Albanian mob! Oh good, you're awake. We thought you were a goner. We saved your life and removed the radiation. Then we restored your... Got to follow his dad. So you go to the Brotherhood of Steel and they're like, fuck the Enclave, we have a giant robot. So you and the giant robot take back the Jefferson Memorial, you meet the Colonel again, the last duel, you versus the man responsible for your father's death. And he dies after 2 seconds. Don't know what I expected. She goes in and sacrifices herself because of all the radiation. And then there's a slideshow.
And so it
Huh.
was
That's it. Okay. That's the actual ending. No, of course not. Don't be daft. You seriously thought they created this massive blockbuster game and had that as the ending? No. You have to finish every single quest. When you're done with that, you can return to the vault. And everything is great. Your dad's there also. He beat up Death and came back to life. Then the alarm goes off. The Enclave is attacking. They have gathered an army outside the vault. All you have to actually do is to walk out and just turn around and they will flee. Because it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, an engineer, a YouTube gamer, or the United States government. Nobody messes with a tunnel snake.
Tunnel snakes rule!
Then you get the real ending, but I won't spoil it here. And that is the Kilian experience. Did you like the video? Anyways, isn't it time I make a sequel to my most liked video? It's Assassin's Creed 2 time, yay! This is probably where you want me to talk about a bowl of mixed vegetables, but that's not gonna happen.